Let's move on to our other big discussion for tonight. For the last few days, we've seen an aggressive religion-based politics take center stage at the Kumbh Mela. But the event, premised on faith and spirituality, is proving to be an equalizer, it's a place where people irrespective of caste and religion have come in search of salvation for the first time in an organized way, fighting against caste discrimination and its ensuing barriers. 100 women from Rajasthan who were rescued from a life of manual scavenging took a holy dip in the Ganga for the first time in their lives, making sure not to get lost in the crowd but instead asserting their place in the world. Anand Zanane reports.
These women once had the most inhuman job in the world, manual scavenging, collecting night soil. Untouchability may be banned across the country, but the shadow of caste had eclipsed their religious aspirations and their acceptance in society. Now as they walk towards the Sangam, chanting the name of God, they are reminded of the centuries-old discrimination that has stopped generations from practicing Hindu rituals.
हमसे जैसे हम मेला ढोने का काम करते थे तो वो लोग हमसे बहुत नफरत करते थे, दूर से चलते थे हमसे। तो हमारे लिए तीर्थ बहुत दूर की बात है करना, क्योंकि एक साथ हैं तो सब नाते एक साथ, तो हमको कैसा लगता है नाना।
Usha was rescued in 2003 by Sulabh International that helped her launch her own beauty parlor. To her, the idea of coming to Sangam during this auspicious time of Kumbh for a holy dip was unthinkable.
हमने तो छोड़ दी, हम तो मुक्त हो गए अलवर टोक 2 शहर तक, लेकिन जो और भी बहनें मेला ढोने का काम कर रही हैं तो मैं उनके लिए चाहती हूँ गंगा मैया से प्रार्थना करके जा रही हैं कि वो भी जल्द से जल्द मुक्त हो इस काम से।
Once refused entry in temples, they now bathe in the same Ganga waters that flow from one body to the other, break bread with men of God, hoping the rest of the world will learn to treat them as equals.
Social acceptance is very important, and for that matter, we have to help them to perform all the rites, rituals and ceremonies of the upper caste people.
This is social engineering at the Kumbh. These women who were rescued from a life of manual scavenging have finally fulfilled their lifelong ambition of taking a dip in the holy Ganga. And at this confluence of rivers and cultures, even the barriers of caste have been washed away. With camera person Ramesh Verma on the banks of Sangam, Anand Zanane for NDTV.
Right, well, let's ask that question that we are asking. Is this a real dent in the caste barrier? Is it an equalizer? Is it a reassertion or an assertion of a caste identity, or is it just symbolism? Joining me in the studio is Dr. Vivek Kumar from JNU. We have Chandrabhan Prasad as well joining us, very senior Dalit writer. We also have Sharad Pradhan, who's a senior journalist from Lucknow, who's covered several Kumbh Melas, and let's go across to Mr. Pradhan first, actually, who's right there. Give us a sense of the event that took place, the women who went there. What happened at the scene? Describe it for us as well.
Well, you know, I would consider it more of symbolism, more of a ritual rather than an event which has made a dent in the caste barrier. You know, caste is so deep rooted in a state like Uttar Pradesh that I don't think it is that simple
right.
For it to go. It will take the old mindset of the people, the upper caste mindset needs to go in for a major drastic change,
right,
which is not happening. This is more of symbolism than anything more. Well, it may be a good beginning, but to say that it has made any major dent in the caste barrier,
perhaps pushing the envelope,
seeing too much into it.
Right, that's a fair point, and I think that's why we are framing the question in the way that we are. Dr. Vivek Kumar, Sharad Pradhan making a very clear statement that it is it's symbolism, really, what you see over there. Very stark change, the coverage from the Kumbh today with these women going there from what we've seen in the last few days. For example, the politics of the Kumbh, the way it has been in the media glare for different reasons. This story of these women all dressed in blue making a point going out there. How do you see this development?
It is a lumpenization of Dalit psyche itself. It is a really mockery of Dalit society, that look, we are actually throwing some crumbs and you come and pick it up. This is not the way to uplift Dalit society. This is making mockery of them. Caste system, if you try to understand, it is basically on the basis of role and statuses of the people. Do you think that taking a dip will change their role and status in the society? Even if they have taken a dip, which varna, which caste hierarchy will you place them? Are they not going to be Valmiki again? They will remain Valmiki as they are. For one day, you are just trying to create an artificial consensus to co-opt them, that look, they remain in Hindu social order rather than breaking them. And if you really want to have that how caste system is breaking, I think go to Diksha Bhumi on 14th of October. Every Diksha Bhumi has, every year Diksha Bhumi has lakhs and lakhs of Dalits coming and grabbing, you know, Buddhism in their right rather than leaving Hinduism. So that will be, I think, a bigger exercise to show that look, caste system is breaking in Diksha Bhumi rather than in Kumbh.
Right. But let's also let's ask Dr. Chandrabhan Prasad sir, do you agree that this is essentially a lumpen sort of depiction, or nothing that's going to actually take on or break the caste system? This is symbolism and in a sense at its worst.
The declared dip at Kumbh is an indication that Adam Smith has arrived, and the career of Mr. Manu is very bleak now.
So,
a black man in the White House did not solve problems of all the blacks in the US, but the fact that a black man had entered the White House, a history has been made.
Right.
The Valmiki woman taking a dip at Kumbh shows that caste is now loosening its
so you are
grip
saying
over
while it may not be some real dent, it's not just mere symbolism either. You're equating it in a sense to Barack Obama in the White House and what that has meant for blacks in America. Let's also go across to the former Inspector General of Police S.R. Darapuri, who joins us from Lucknow. So you're hearing the debate in the studios. Many say that the Kumbh has always been a great equalizer. People of all castes and creeds mingle with each other. It's very hard to tell who's who, what caste they belong to, you know, when they go and take a dip in the Ganga. But here you have a situation where these women made a statement, they all wore a particular color, they were identified as Dalits, and then they went. It was in a sense a photo op, so to speak.
I agree with Mr. Sharad Pradhan and Mr. Vivek that it is mere symbolism, and I will say more than that, it is just a gimmick. It is just a gimmick to befool the Dalits and to keep them entrapped in the caste system. It is not this one dip in the Ganga, it is not going to equalize them with other people. As soon as they come out of Ganga, they will remain untouchables as they are. I will say it is just a gimmick. The Dalits don't need such gimmicks. They need real liberation. They need emancipation from the caste system.
So you don't see it the way Chandrabhan Prasad sees it, for example, that it may be not a big step but certainly a small step. You think it has no significance whatsoever?
No, I don't agree with him. I don't agree. It is mere symbolism. It is of no use to the Dalits. Yeah, rather, had they moved away from the Ganga, it would have been much beneficial for them.
Right.
They would have been liberated from such mindset.
Right. Dr. Vivek Kumar is trying to make a statement.
I was just trying to say that, you know, this Kumbh, the people have been taking dip without being identified a particular caste they belong to. And I think if this is happening, this is basically bizarre, because you are declaring something. And what Chandrabhan Prasad will said, he has also tried to make even capital with caste. Like, you know, Dicky is one of the examples that capital never had a caste. Now by forming Dicky, he is even having capital with the caste. People are making a statement, the Phikki people, that don't come to Phikki, remain in Dicky. So I think he has a mindset where even capital can has caste, and somebody is taking a dip in holy water is basically getting a caste. So I think it is very important for Dalits to understand the false consciousness they should not fall in, because ultimately this structure is not going to break.
Let's take that across to Sharad Pradhan as well. As we said, he's covered several Kumbh Melas. Mr. Pradhan, have you seen anything like this? We've been talking about people going in without identifying or declaring their identities, wearing it on their sleeves in any which way. This kind of organized manner in which 100 women go there, all dressed the same, they can be identified for what they are. What is the point that they were trying to make, or the people who took them trying to make? Has this ever happened before?
As far as this kind of a ritualistic dip has not taken place with display and with announcement, but I'm sure that a lot of this particular community of scavengers has been taking dips, because this the Kumbh Mela, there has been no barrier, there has been no bar on anybody classified as Dr. Vivek Park was saying, untouchables. There has been no such culture that anybody in coming to the Kumbh Mela is classified as untouchable.
Right.
Anybody from any sphere, from any caste, was always taking dips here. This is the third Kumbh Mela I am covering, and I know and I have seen people who were cleaning the place there. They were employed as scavengers there on the banks of the Ganga. They've themselves taken dip after doing their duty. They go into the river. That they've done it.
Right. So
this is the first time that such a huge display, so much noise has been made about it, which is why some people think that it is more of a gimmick. But I certainly, one more thing I'd like to add. This is even if it is symbolism, it should not be dismissed or condemned, because it's a good beginning. Let everybody know that okay, if there were people, yes, I agree. One needs to go far beyond this to make a dent in this caste barrier. Yeah.
Right, but I guess, as we said, as I framed it earlier, we're in the age of photo ops, and this perhaps being one. Dr. Chandrabhan Prasad, you seem to be the only contrarian on this panel right now. So why don't you react to some of the comments you've heard from your co-panelists?
See, old mind and old habits die hard. To some, pain becomes a pleasure. When Narayan Saab became President of India, there were people in this country who said it is a symbolism. Baba Sahab bought a house in Hindu colony of Bombay. Did that solve all the problems of Dalits? So the old Dalits with old mindset will have to change, and symbolism has a great role in history, and societies move with symbolism, and those who are rooted to past don't want to come out and join the mainstream. I would very well say that yes, please go ahead yourself, but don't.
But Dr. Prasad, do you agree? Dr. Prasad, do you agree in the manner in which this was organized, the display and the spectacle around this event?
See, you use very bad manners and put up Dalit in the Prime Minister's office. I'll be very happy. Untouchable woman, Valmiki woman, openly declaring that yes, we are Valmikis and we will take a dip at Kumbh. It is a challenge to the established tradition notion of Hindu superiority. They are challenging that notion, and it is a welcome step, and Dalits should deploy Dalit liberalism if they have to move forward.
Right, Dr. Prasad, thanks very much. Unfortunately, I think we're completely out of time.
Yes, but actually, where will they go? After taking a dip, they will remain as they are. That is what is the more problematic area. Instead of moving out of that fold, they should have converted to Buddhism. That would have been a better step rather than being remaining there and condemned to live the same stigmatized and crippled life.
Buddhism makes Dalits powerful to challenge Hinduism.
No, but even
Buddhism doesn't make you sit outside the system. As Dalits should learn this. that Buddhism makes
stop them from scavenging.
Right, Dr. Prasad, let's give Sharad Pradhan the last word on this. He's at the Kumbh. Let's go ahead, Mr. Pradhan.
Well, what I want to point out is that mere adoption of Buddhism will also not solve this problem.
Right.
Because that will not mean that they will give up the profession.
It will. At least they will not be remaining in the same hierarchy.
They will continue to be doing scavenging. There is no bar on a Buddhist to do scavenging. After all,
No, people leave that. That is what actually, Mr. Pradhan, you don't understand.
What are you?
The first thing they leave is their caste habits once they convert.
Right. Unfortunately, I think we're all completely out of time.
It's not the caste habit. It is the mindset, Dr. Vivek Kumar. It is the mindset. You also need to change the
Don't teach sociology to me, Mr. Pradhan.
Old mindset has to change.
Right. We'll have to end it on that note. Dr. Chandrabhan Prasad, Professor Vivek Kumar, Sharad Pradhan, and S.R. Darapuri joining me from Lucknow. Thank you, all of you. Clearly, what is being seen as some sort of photo op, as we said, an event that it talks about an assertion of Dalit identity. It seems to be the debate really seems to be torn between whether it's symbolism or anything more than that that's breaking a dent, and we'll have to leave it at that for tonight. Thanks very much for joining us on India Decides.